Welcome to South Dakota, the Mount Rushmore state, which is an extremely uncreative nickname if you ask me. The majority of what I found to do in South Dakota was around Rapid City, which, conveniently, was where I came into the state. As I drove around Rapid City, I stopped at a place called the Reptile Gardens. It was a small botanical garden and reptile-themed zoo, which was a lot of fun. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a giant tortoise before, but I've definitely never pet one.
We have Samson on the left, 34 years old,
They had a little prairie dog pen, which is funny. Weird little animals. Some were pretty chunky. This was different from the other zoos I've been to before. I'm glad I stopped here. The only other thing I knew was in South Dakota before coming here was, of course, Mount Rushmore. I was excited to see it because I've heard it isn't as impressive in person as pictures make it seem, but I thought it was impressive. There's a small museum. And there was also a short trail you could walk that gives you different angles of the monument, which was neat. I had a good time here. After Rushmore, the other main thing I wanted to do before leaving the Rapid City area was drive through Custer State Park. It was a really pretty drive, with some wildlife throughout the park as well. Kind of like a mini Yellowstone. Really pretty. As I left Rapid City, I stopped by the Badlands National Park, which was not too far away. I knew almost nothing about this national park, so I didn't really know what to expect. I would describe the Badlands as otherworldly. Really strange formations separating these lower plains from the higher ones. Very bizarre looking. I decided I may as well try one of the hikes in the area. And this random hike I chose had a portion where you have to climb this weird ladder. It was fun. Weird, but definitely fun. At the end of this hike was a pretty cool view. It's crazy how abrupt the drop off into the lower terrain is. Definitely a unique experience, my trip so far. For my last night in Rapid City, I went to a small local bar and had a couple drinks. I like seeing the different bars and people during my travels. At this point, the only other thing in South Dakota I found that I was interested in checking out was this corn palace thing I read about. But it was nearly 300 miles east of where I was. Would I really drive almost 300 miles just to visit a place called the Corn Palace? Yes, the whole building is themed after and decorated with corn. Turns out there's a basketball court inside of it, which I had no idea about. I like seeing weird, quirky, unique places like this. Different stuff like this is what I wanted to see while on my trip. Can't say I've ever been to a corn palace. The gift shop had some good stuff in it. Quirky little stop. And I'm done with the Rushmore State. As winter sets in, I'll be turning south towards Nebraska. What will I do there? Not even I know.